Yo, what is up, my Shadow Army? So it is I, Shadow Critias, back again with another anime review video. So, yes, today I'm going to review this anime that I just got done watching, and that is Orange. And this will contain spoilers if you guys do not want to be spoiled on. And, yeah, this was really damn good. Like, holy shit. I really enjoyed it. I mean, it is really good. It is in my 48 good anime watch list that I highly recommend people watching. And for those people who may not know, that I'm planning on doing, top 100 ranking anime. Instead of just saying worst to best, it's just going to be top 100 ranking best anime that I highly recommend people watching or whatever. So, yeah, I'll put this. You guys already guessed it's gonna be on 48, but people are not gonna remember that and they might forget about it. So, I really enjoyed it. So, what this story is about is the main character, the small girl, the one in the middle that you're seeing right now of the image. She's the main character, and she was running late until she gets a mail of her future self 10 years later, and that her future self wants her past self to save this one person's life who's going to be a transfer student, which is the black hair boy is on, in the image that you see right now, that she wants to save him for trying to kill himself, like committed suicide, because of, we found out later on why. It's not just her, and this got even more interesting because we thought it was her that got the mail of her future counterpart, but no, it was her other four classmates, her friends, that got the letter, and they never told anyone about it to themselves until later on. The orange hair boy is like, "Oh, you got the mail too," and now it's just them two. The two girls actually noticed it, and they didn't want to say nothing. They just waiting for someone to say it. And the guy with the glasses, he told the girl is right next to him, like right in front of him. So they all got the letter of their future counterpart, along with their dead friend letter that he wrote before he passed away. And he's a transfer student that he came to school, and ever since he was transported and hanging out with his friends, new friends, because he never had the time of having fun or whatever ever since his parents were divorced because his father was a distant violent, something like that. And ever since he was hanging out with his new friends, which is the five characters we all know, he has not been showing up for school for the next 2 weeks because her mother committed suicide, and he told our main character, she was shocked and stunned, and now he's living with his grandmother because that's the only family he could live with, because he came from Tokyo, and I think his father's still alive, but we don't see him in this anime. Just only mentioned about, they only been mentioned of his father. That was it. And it's a romance story, and they're trying to change the events that happened, but only two of them didn't change, and they fucked up badly. Was the first one, and he ended up with the popular girl that she despised our main character, and she got pissed off that he was talking and hanging out with the other girls. She get pissed off. So basically, your typical girl in high school that, "Oh, I don't want you talking to any of these bitches because what's so special about her, this and that." And her and her two friends, they're trying to bully her by taking her headpin that was given to the one that she wants to save. So, yeah. So basically speaking, her friends are supporting her to make sure that doesn't happen, because literally they're trying to get him back. The bully trying to take him away from her or whatever. And later on, we found out that he is holding this guilt, that he blamed himself, that he was hanging out with his new friends because he didn't promise his mother, because he stopped doing part of a club and being part of the sports. And we get like in episode 12, we get to see the original timeline where he was hanging out with his friends, his old friends in Tokyo, told him that, oh, his mother committed suicide, this and that, and they didn't believe him. They thought it was making a joke. But yeah, he literally did kill himself. And we did get to see the future counterpart of the 5 characters of them. And when they read the letter that they wrote in the past, and talk about what kind of career they want, and they read the one who passed away committed suicide, or quote-unquote accident, because they believe he died in an accident, but no, he literally committed suicide. And they put the pieces together like, wait a minute, that doesn't make no sense, because they want to know what kind of career he wants, and he didn't even mention in a letter that he wants a career. So they put the pieces together that it was no accident. He committed suicide because he was reading his mother's drive text message and a letter about how much she felt guilt that she technically took away her son's freedom to have some fun and living his life as go on or whatever, and she wants him to live his life and make a new friend, and she is happy for him. And this broken badly, and he wants to go commit a suicide so he can go into the heaven so he could apologize to his mother, which that did happen in the other timeline. And he was about to do it again. Instead of riding his bike, he's just walking. He almost died, but barely he survived because he said he couldn't do it. He just couldn't. And in the future timeline, where the transfer student passed away by committed suicide, he decided not to be open-minded and express his feelings to the main character. Instead, the orange hair boy, he expressed his feelings to her, and later on in the future, them two got together, got married, and had a son. And the orange hair guy actually felt guilt that he took his best friend's future wife away from him, and he hated that. And the sad thing is, though, the future timeline where the transfer student dies, he still stays dead because there's a parallel world. And if you try and change the future, you actually create another parallel world where that he's alive, but the 10 years in the future, he's still dead. So that means the main character in the future still end up with an orange hair guy, which is the person who supported him. I mean, supporting both of them in that timeline, and them two had a son still. That still happened, but their best friend still dies. And in the present timeline, he still lives, but not in the actual 10 years later gap. So, yeah. We've been seeing some scenes from the future about, you know, it's been like several years. Oh, no, they say something like several years, something like that. And it's just sad in a way. And man, it's just kind of heartening and kind of depressed. Like, yeah, we changed the past, but we couldn't change the future, which is the timeline that they're in the 10 years later gap, which is kind of fucking sad, to be honest. And I literally almost freaking tear the fuck up. Like, god damn, man. Like, shit. It's just a really good anime. And so basically, all 5 characters are trying to fix the mistake of their future counterpart that they failed. And basically speaking, they actually did accomplish what the future counterpart couldn't do in their timeline. So all that guilt that the future counterparts have is all gone now, because even though the guilt is gone, their friend is still dead. That's all that mattered. So yeah, that's basically it. Again, time travel is a bitch. Trust me. The parallel world, butterfly effects, paradox, and time travel. It is a mind fuck when you talk about time travel and shit. And like when I started watching the show, it's just like, wait, how in the hell the letter came to in the past and telling her like, oh, this and that is going to happen. You gotta change this event before it actually does happen, because you might end up to make the same mistake as we did. And it was a bit of a challenge, but they actually did it. So yeah. And the final episode ended where our 6 characters wrote a letter to send their future counterparts to let them know for 10 years later. And not only that, we don't show what happens to them in the future since the future has changed. They made another parallel world. But the series ends where we see our main character and her husband, which is the orange hair guy, and their child, and we hear the main character narrated by saying that we will save him, or something like that, and that's what the series ends, which they did. But we never seen the characters that changed the future. We never seen them to how they end up. Like, did the transfer student and the main character actually got together and got married and had a family? Did the blonde hair girl and the guy with the glasses, did they actually end up together? What happens to the orange guy since he's not going to be married to the main character? What's going to happen to him? And also what's going to happen to the black hair girl? I think she's still going to end up how she was in the 10 years future timeline, like the actual story. Well, when the second main character, which is the transfer student, died. So yeah, like, they never showed us that. Like, we honestly don't know. So I guess the 2 main characters, which is the main one herself and the transfer student, got together and had a family, and the rest is history. And that's basically what it is. And I really enjoyed this series. It's actually really, really good. And I heard a lot of good things about it, but you don't see people talk about it, honestly, because you just don't see as much. I mean, you don't see people doing review of anime that people never seen before anymore. Well, kind of you do, but not really. It depends what kind of anime they started watching and they never seen before. Like, I never seen this anime, so I came in completely blind. So, yeah. Plus, same goes for the other 3 anime and the other anime I have on my watch list that I never seen yet. I mean, I seen some clips of it, but I never seen the actual full. So yeah, that's basically it, and that's all I gotta say on my review of Orange. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Links to my other channels, my social media will be down below in the description bar. You guys know the drill. Again, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Kneel before Shadow Critias. I'll see you guys later.